Hi Lyndon, we're at CERES. What are we going to do with the hives at CERES today?
Today we're getting them ready for winter with a view to packing them down. So we're checking on honey surplus and any uncapped honey and reducing the boxes basically. So you look very nice today.
Yeah, I do. I have other things here that is more white.
I've got a very nice suit. I have one of those myself.
Yeah.
And Thomas, what's your experience with bees and why have you come to CERES?
Well, I mean, I've worked here for the past 5 years, you could say, and then also I've been involved with bees for the past 3 years, but I haven't actually been here yet.
Have you got your own hives, have you?
Yeah, I do. So I already, actually last week it was a little bit late, I think. I harvested honey, but now it's more about preparing them for winter as well. So that's why I'm also here. Just left it.
Well, today we're going to just look at the strength of the hives, stored honey in the brood box, and any surplus honey that we can take off, or any uncapped honey we need to reduce down.
Alright. Because it's way too cold at the top?
Too cold, yeah. There's not enough bees to
cover it.
To pull them out. Definitely a good case for reducing this right down, this one. No, so this is where the action is, isn't it?
Yeah. Particularly laying up the top here in this box.
Yeah. So I reckon we can take the bottom one off.
That's right.
So the queen will be on the areas where the bees are not eating honey. She's trying to walk across empty comb. So she'll be mostly on brood or empty frames. Oh, she's having a little drink. No, I didn't think they did that. They're not supposed to feed themselves, are they? Keep your eyes moving. Now she's probably gone back again and is back this side.
She's ducked back again.
Yeah, so she's liking that safe little crevice underneath. There she is. Yeah. Well, look, considering there's not much honey, they've drawn this out. You know.
Is there nectar in there, or?
Yeah. So they've done all right to draw it out. I mean, just sort of.
On this hive we found the queen, and what did you do then?
Okay, so we sorted out any frames that were uncapped or dry and took them away, and we've reduced it down a box and left mostly capped and uncapped honey in there. We checked the brood and there were 5 frames of brood, so it's a strong laying queen. Also plenty of pollen supply, so I'm confident that these bees are still bringing in nectar and we'll have enough supplies to go through winter.
And did you use an excluder, Lyndon, or not?
No excluder on this one, so the queen can roam.
So you just made certain that the queen was in one of these boxes?
That's right, yeah. We found her in a 3-box hive with no excluder. We found her in the middle box. And the bottom box had nothing in it, it was dry. So she was using the top 2.
This is a 2-box hive.
Yeah.
That was one we requeened.
This one? Yeah, I remember it was the 2 end ones, but it was on the very end.
And this is requeened in January, was it? Yeah. My January queens had to be fed and they're still eating honey.
Has to get some brood in it, I think.
Any eggs, Chris?
Yes, it's trying the spot. Most of those cells that haven't got brood in them are full of nectar. There's 1 or 2 dark bees in here too.
And with this one, was it just a single box, was it?
Just a single box.
Plenty of
honey and nectar.
Plenty of brood honey and nectar. Not much brood there, Chris.
Not in this one, no.
What was in the top box? Pretty light, was it?
I haven't checked the top box yet. Look at the bottom box first.
That's probably because it was requeened.
Any reason, Chris, for checking the bottom box first?
Yeah, because it's just that
Thank you, everyone.
brings up, actually disturbs the hive less if you go around to the bottom first. If you're going to look at the brood box, it's best to do that first.
No, that's a
Then you can seal it all up with the excluder and the other super on top. It's easy to work on the super.
So the fish at the trees, this has got plenty of brood, but there's only a little bit of honey in the top. Would they survive over winter with that one?
They probably would need more stores than that. If they're all like that, then
Okay, well look at them.
they'd be
They're
struggling.
the two.
There's a play queen cell there too, Amanda.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
there's nothing in it.
Yeah.
It's empty.
This is like several of mine. Very little stores and some brood.
Oh, so what are you going to do?
So I'm going to feed them from the other hives. In fact,
With sugar syrup?
no, I'll just take honey from my other hives initially.
And put it on a tray.
No, just shake the bees off and then put the frame of honey from the other
just so
hive
you're
in
swapping,
here.
you're going to swap some
Yeah,
frames.
I've done that already actually, and they've been eating it.
Oh, okay.
These are nukes that I set up in January. And the same things happen at Collingwood too. Your hive, Chris, same.
This is, yeah, it's not good. There's a little bit of mature brood. I can't see any young brood or eggs. There's not much stores around the bottom of the hive at all. This is not really in a very good condition for overwintering.
So you
It's still got a bit of time to pick up, but
take it down to one box.
yeah, it'd be better with one box.
Oh, there's the queen, there's the queen.
Oops, we found another queen.
Got to put her back in.
Okay.
Where is she?
Oh, there's a green dot up there. There.
Yes,
Oh,
I can
yeah,
see
yeah,
it.
okay.
You need to put her in to
Yeah,
get her
yeah,
in.
okay.
Get her a close up.
Okay, there,
I
can you see her?
I just
There
can't.
she is.
Whereabouts?
There, and the top.
Oh yes, I can
Yeah.
see her. I'm
Pop
using.
her in so we don't lose
Yeah,
her.
okay.
Okay, so she's going.
Did you get her? Did
Now
you
we
get
know
her?
where the queen is. Oh,
Yeah.
yep.
And we know she's a new puppy.
Yeah.
Who put the green on? Was she bought like that or did
Yes, we
Marked.
bought like that.
Okay, that's what I'm going to do next time because I'm so bad at finding. That was well spotted,
But when you're not
Amanda.
looking, you find her.
I know, yeah, well.
So, Chris, in this hive, much honey in the top box?
No, there's very little. There are 3 completely empty frames and the rest have got a small amount.
Oh, there's a heap on
So, what are you going to do with the honey?
Well, what I've done is I've removed the empty frames and replaced them with some surplus frames from another hive that have got a little bit of honey in. And then, in fact, probably at the moment we'll put this box back on top of that other hive because the stores are so low that they're going to be struggling.
So, basically, just robbing a stronger hive to build the honey up in this one.
Well, with a bit of luck, they'll move some of this honey from upstairs, there's not a lot of it, and put it downstairs, which is giving them some stores for the winter. Because at the moment, these frames are not going to fill these frames, that's for sure. And there's not enough honey below to keep the colony going for the winter. So we'll see what happens with this one.
And would you consider putting this box on the bottom to force them to bring the honey to the...
And that's a good idea. I'm considering doing it now.
Huh?
I've just got to consult with Linda.
Got to consult with the boss and see if that's a good experiment to try. We'll put the excluder, of course, between one and it and the top one. Okay, let's consult.
Do you want me to put this half, well, not about a fifth full super underneath this one, which has got no stores in it?
Oh yeah.
Move it up.
We'll see how that cleaning method works.
Yeah, okay.
So the top box is now going on.
No queen on.
Then we'll put the excluder,
Now in the
and
box,
then we're going to put the next box up. And the idea of this is that they will bring the honey from the bottom box up to the brood box, and then in a couple of weeks we can remove the bottom box and therefore save all the honey.
there's a couple of hives here. We've got 2 per pallet side by side, and I want to take the strongest one away and draw off the field bees so they can beg an entrance into the weaker hive. And that'll build up the weaker hive and give me a strong hive for one of my other sites.
Okay, Lyndon, so you've got 2 hives.
Yep.
What actually are you doing?
Okay, well these are 2 hives side by side with a queen in each one. We've got one strong one and one not so strong. What we're doing is we're giving the not so strong one more honey, capped honey from the strong hive, and allowing them to sort of survive more stores. The stronger hive we're reducing down and removing from the site, leaving the field bees behind. We're hoping that the foragers will beg an entrance into the remaining hive on the pallet and thus bring this colony up to a stronger one with their old stores as well. The fact they're bringing in nectar will think they'll be accepted by this hive because it was weaker and didn't have much. I'm hoping they won't fight. Famous last words. Got now mostly partially kept honey in it. Lovely.
And you're going to leave both of them as two boxes?
No, this one's going to be taken away as a single.
Okay.
Yeah, and then when it gets to the other end, I'll put some 8 frames of partially capped honey on it. Hopefully, because it's more vigorous, it'll cap it off faster.
Okay.
But if my feeling is if I leave it behind, it might sort of try and rob this hive anyway. So I'm removing it, and hopefully the extra numbers will make that one stronger.
Arada, you've just had a highlight of your beekeeping experience, I believe, today.
Yes, so today I managed to not get stung, which is always a good thing when you're beekeeping. So the last 2 times I've been out, I've been stung for about 6 times on my leg.
I haven't stung for probably 9 months.
And you've opened bees just about every fortnight?
Yeah, 3 times a month. Yeah.
Lyndon's had an outbreak of hive beetle in his apiary at
Braybrook, at the Forthcoming temple.
And what features of the site do you think encourage the hive beetle?
Well, we're just talking about that. We think it's a sandy soil. It's also an apiary with hives in a long row. So that's probably encouraging, it's very windy, so probably encouraging the scent of the honey, which is encouraging the beetle to travel.
And what symptoms did you notice when you opened the hive?
Well, at the moment there's no sliming, but all of the affected hives have absconded and left unhatched brood, and consequently they've been robbed out by the remaining.
And did you see any hive beetles?
Yeah.
How many would you?
3 or 4 per frame in each hive.
Really?
And there was no evidence of larvae of hive beetle inside?
So it was hard to tell whether the beetles had gone in after the fact, but speaking to a couple of the apiary inspectors in Victoria, they think it was the cause, that the bees just got fed up trying to fight the beetle and moved on.
And what did you do with the hive?
Well, with the hives, with the remainder, I put them under the other stacks for the bees to clean, and then I just stored them. And the other hives have done very well from the remainder of the honey.
And what advice, Lynn, would you give other beekeepers about preventing?
I don't know, I haven't encountered it that much. So look, a strong colony helps, but even then it doesn't stop you from absconding. I think maybe, make sure that the hives are on sandy soil. They're raised up, maybe put a paving slab underneath, and just keep a strong colony and check them regularly.
Plastic pipe entrances, and I'm wondering, and they seem to deter the beetle to some extent, but they don't stop it, pipe. like a piece of plastic PVC pipe. I wondered if something along those lines, but with a bend in it, so the bees can hover, beetles can't. I wonder if something like that would help. But of course, you only need 1 or 2 to get in, and then that's it.
But also, as you're opening up the frames as well, if you open the box up, they can fly. I mean, if
the
there,
beetles fly in. They can fly, from what I was told, 5 kilometres. They can detect the scent of honey.
Normally nocturnal flyers.
Right.
Okay.
But yes, you're right. The beetles can fly several kilometres. They are very sensitive to hive scents.
Hi, Joyce. I believe you've found another use for beeswax.
Yes, Barry, I make soap with beeswax and also face cream at the moment, just experimenting. And I've been making soap for some time.
And do you use pure beeswax in the soap or a mixture with other waxes?
I use pure beeswax in the soap. I use olive oil as well, and scented oils. Yeah, but it makes beautiful soap.
And how does it compare with, say, palm oil as a...
Oh, it's much better, and I find that if I'm making soap with a group, people don't want to use palm oil anyway. And it's just so much quicker, and you just get a much nicer soap. The beeswax is a pretty incredible ingredient,